the annual general meeting of TS Industri Berhad is convened.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and very good morning to all. Okay. I'm first director from Industri Berhad, and my name is Ms. Tishrada. And then the second director is Shauki, Mr. Shauki. And now the first, I want to start. Now was still the time we can go to start about the background about the Industri Berhad. You can take a look about the slide first. Wata is well to you all know, was established in 1962 and enter on the stock and shares market Malaysia in 1962. We can take a look. One of the legislator about the company, the legislator in the biscuit market industry in our country, Malaysia especially, and then about our product especially, we can go in about to international market especially in Western country, in middle country, and all about in the world. For especially about the domestic market, Wata including all the Malaysian, including in you can use about in Kelantan and especially it's around the world, Peninsula in Malaysia. And then about our vision, okay? We aim to be a leading biscuit and confectionery manufacturer in the region known for this product is quality and very high quality in the market. And then about more about the Industri Berhad. Wow, you can learn about the award, and especially you can take a look about this slide. About before this can take about the award. Especially we can active and enterprising about the company. We participate in the Monday selection in Belgium, especially about 4 of our product, especially they're just cookies. Did you take a look about our product especially? Maybe you can take and you can buy. It's not very cheap, but it's very, very delicious. Can you take a look? Yeah. I have an example about the water. This is just about the simple. Okay. Only one. Only one. But it's okay. This about the sample. This is true. This is about the white tie, especially about the white tie. Okay. This, if you think about this white tie and one biscuit, Shopee said 10 ringgit. But it's a real. You can check about the brand, about the flavor, and then you can check about this is a true brand. One time since 1962. You can check about the information like this since about 1962. This part about the brand is true, right? Okay. If you not trust about our product, you can check on market and any hypermarket to think about and try about this. It's very delicious, right? Okay. Now we're going to about the what is okay, but in our company actually we have to difficulty about the challenge. Any company have a challenge. If we go out and have any challenge, it's nothing. About the years 2002, it's a difficult years for our company, especially the group due to present about the adverse trading condition and to the customers' sentiments in the marketplace, resulting, about the situation, about the global situation in 2002. The US war for Iraq, and it's going to be effect to our company, especially to going about our manufacturing, but our product to international market, especially about the manufacturing product and to supply our product to enter about the international domestic, especially market. In domestic, Why not? We have not any problem because we still our main company is still at Johor Bahru. Okay, one time is named about the manufacturing is Johor Bahru. We have a factory this year, and then about the challenging our company, the years 2002 is very challenging for our member group, especially our group and company. We can view about the situation, beginning about the effort for our company, especially and then for our statement income, especially to make sure our industry productivity, especially to gonna be more productivity and more systematic about our product. And then more about our product, we join itu not just for training actually. We including about the member of board, play, Chinese too. I can explain part of name of audit community member yang dia Raja Zainal Abidin bin Raja Bersin. And together two member of board, Tan Sri Dato' Yusofuddin Muhammad, and together two Lopot in, and together two many of you. Okay, during the financial years, okay, the internal audit department said that carrot and include the following activities, especially formulate and approved by the audit committee the strategy and the scope of the work. And then we can review of the internal audit resources requirement to make sure our final product everyone will know and we're gonna be profit high in the future. Okay, maybe that's all about about shares about the company, about the member, especially about the product profit and thing. And we're gonna be to session director to take a look about the final statement and any else. Okay? Okay.
So as you can see, the board of directors here is Su Tian Ming, our chairman, Su Chen Yi, which is his son, as another part of executive directors. As you can see, both of them are not independent executive directors, which is they are not always located in the company. They also have another. But as you guys can see, that this is also reminding us that this Bardai Industries is a family industry since it's passing on to the own generations. Now, as Datuk Cheng Hua, Muhammad Razak bin Tan Sri Abdul Aziz and Su Wei Chiang, two are independent non-executive directors, three independent non-executive directors, but soon will be replaced as also one of the board of directors. Not because due of their number of meeting attendance, but due to that it is time to be passing on the board of directors privilege and their responsibilities for a new generation and a new advancement in the future of our biscuit industries. Now, for our agenda for the annual meeting is actually to receive audited financial statements to the financial year ended on 31 December 2011. As for 2012, it's not decided yet because we have to wait for the year end. Approved payment of directors' fee for financial year ended. Also, we have to check out each payments that each of our directors received before they are terminated or before they're replaced. And as you can see, as we recapping to what I said just now, we have to reappoint Director yang bahagia kerana Datuk Cheng Hua, who retired according to Section 129, actually is referring to that his age is 50. And also re-electing directors who retired in accordance with the company articles of association. Mr. Tian, our CEO, Mr. Su Tian Ming, has to be changed. Maybe he think he will give it to his son. And as you can see, Encik Muhammad Razak Encik Abdul Aziz, and sorry for Tabiare, is also Mr. Su Wei Chiang also will be replaced. Basically, three of our board directors will be replaced. One will be given to title to his son, and the other two will be searching for other suitable candidates or our own staff as to replace, as have the responsibilities and the acknowledgement that they are willing to replace two of our directors that we are almost, and to appoint auditors and authorized directors to fix their remuneration, as we have to select a new board of directors for another two. We will also have to reconsider how much we want to cut off the shares to them. And any other transaction, other business appropriate to the annual general meeting, for which it shall notice be given in accordance with the company's Article and Associations Act of 1965. Actually, to conclude, since this is only a brief to recap of what we have accomplished for the year of 2011, is that for the financial structure, as you can see, for 2010, our times is actually only for 1.5, and we have dropped to 1.36. But it shows that the company is still liquid and able to still pay the obligation or the liabilities, and basically our expenses that we needed to pay, fixed expenses and also other expenses that are not included inside our company. And profitability effect of our company is, as you can see, in 2010 we generated 29.27% of profitability. But for this year, for the year of 2011, we dropped to 26.72%, which is a big drop too. It's around 3%, 4%, counting most. But even though we are in loss, we are still in it is still we are still making profit. Although we still need to make more profit to ensure that we are not taking too much losses for the year coming. And sorry for not stating here also that our debt ratio for the 2011 was 0.73, and for the 2010 was 0.69, which is the debt collecting for 2011 has increased, and we are hoping by the end of 2012 it will not exceed or reduce more than 0.69, since the debt increase shows that we are facing difficulties to pay for our obligations. So in 2011 it was 0.73, hoping that 2012 will be reduced under to 0.69, as including that we are changing of new boards of directors. And basically that's just a recap of what happened in 2011. Thank you.
So open for
no free biscuits.
yes, question, gentlemen, ladies.
Dear Chairman, I would like to ask, can I know what is the major factors that affected the decrease of the gross profit?
As you can see that one industry that even though we are the biggest and largest listed industry in Malaysia, we are facing difficulties due to that. One, we are changing board of directors, so the aim and target and sales targets are going to be changed, and also that we are still struggling to pay the costs that we have faced for 2011 expenses. As you can see that just now, as I told you, that our debt has increased to 0.73. So we are still struggling in that situation to pay off all these debts in order to succeed in 2012. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Next question. Yes.
Okay, you can see that you are not paying any dividend to your shareholders. And my question is, how do you maintain your shareholders' confidence to invest?
Well, some of the, as you can see, board of directors are old. So since we're changing new board of directors, we are expecting something new. And also for each director, their share was around, right here, it was actually RM1 per share. But
Price?
for
35 cents.
price, they didn't state actually directly, we just stated as RM1. So for the new directors, still considering how to maintain their loyalty to us. But one way we can maintain their loyalty is that we are a long existing company and we need new ideas from them to generate new ideas for the best of the company in the future.
Do you think your company will be still competitive in the market?
Yes, I think yes. Because the director especially takes step to ensure for the clear, balance, and understandable about the assessment of the position and prospect especially.
Okay, next question. Yes.
Chairman and Director, mentioned earlier is that you are unable to pay the debt for the 2011, right? Are struggling. Okay. So can we know what is the step taken to make sure that in 2012 you can manage to service that in proper manner so that your confidence of your shareholder can be increased? Yeah.
So actually what I see in the biscuit industry that since 2011 there were lots of changing happening in politics, economics, and also in transportation as human labor. Okay, so one, as you can see, it's costing of to elect new labor and also to train new labor. So one of the things, as you can see, we are asking new ideas from new board of directors. So anything they say, we will still consider and accept as to prefer to their loyalties. But for trying to pay back the debts is not easy, since there is too much things to be considered. But what we are trying to do is actually, since our biscuits are trustworthy, we are trying to do as many promotions as we can to push up any of other stocks that we have availability and to pay off the debts for 2011. As for 2012, we are trying to develop new products which are basically 2012. You can see that people are health conscious more. So more biscuits of health consciousness as to losing weight and to reduce any other casualties in the future life of any of our consumers may increase our profit.
So apart from the debt management, right, do you consider in 2012 any cost restructuring in order to lower your operation cost?
Maybe we will consider of maybe the low parts around of our branches, considering closing them down and only selling our product to suppliers that can supply to the small places, but with a high rate to generate more income, since it's coming from manufacturer to business to another business to business.
Yes.
To you, Chairman, I would like to ask for the Executive Director's remuneration based on the performance of the company. On 2010, the salary for the directors is 726,000, but however, in 2011, the salary has been increased to 744,000. Can I know why is this happening? Because the company is actually making loss, not profits, but the remuneration for the Executive Directors are increasing, as well as also the allowance. Can I know what is the reason?
Can I answer PAC?
No.
Well, you can know that each person who has a higher management and higher different skills also has a demand for those skills. So in order to confirm the best suggestion and the best valuation to decrease our debts and increase our profits in the future is we need to do the update for now. So maybe some of the executive directors and also chairmen has increased inside their earnings.
Including you.
Why? Do you want to be part of it?
We just concerned.
Concern?
Yes, this is.
Concern of much of your earnings rather than mine.
Okay, next. Ada question? Okay, I will ask lah, mana in the mobile. If you have a balance sheet of the company, you look at the balance sheet of the company, the total current asset is less than the total current liability, which means the company is insolvent. So insolvent means the company is at the risk of going bankrupt if a creditor sue. So what effort are you making now to prevent that from happening?
Well, there are lots of terms on how we can be sued, right, sir?
Yes.
So what I can say is basically in consumer behavior and consumer preferences that anything dealing with food has to be safe and consumable, and also is also aiming to what the customers want. So in order to make sure everything is still running well, we have to appoint all of our executive directors to always check the factories that are producing biscuits.
Okay.
Not only as ingredients but also as cooking methods, and also the new biscuits that have been developed, and they must be tested to some of our own employees to make sure that the taste is okay or feels different or anything. Because if it's our own employees, we can still pay them for anything, for any health injuries or anything, before we can distribute the product to anyone else. For the existing products, if there is any complaint or anything, we have to deal with it immediately before it goes to media or anything. But the most important part is to not always monitor the factory's production of each biscuit.
Another question, if we look at the trend in the growth of the company actually reached its peaks in 2001 when their revenue were 1,104 million. Since then, actually the revenue dropped every year. In 2003 to 92 million, in 2005 82 million, in 2007 to 71 million, and in 2009 72 million, and then this year is the worst, 72 million. But so this is showing as if that the business is going down the drain. Basically, maybe the market is saturated. The market is the industry is too competitive. So perhaps we are in the wrong industry. Perhaps we have to make a serious effort to turn around the company. What do you think?
I would agree that we have to turn around.
Maybe we can think about others' recommendation or solution. Maybe I agree with what the second director said about other recommendation for others. Maybe the first about, we can check a little first about our structure of management. We can know about about the previous, about the years. We also have a lot of drop about the situation, about the business and revenue, and also about all about the situation about the happen of market is the main problem too. We agree about that, and maybe we can always to take any advice, maybe aggressive about to handle about our company. Maybe like similar about the opinion second director said, always to check and always to monitor about our the management services or customer behavior, especially the first. And then maybe take around about we can know about the market situation is still not unavailable also. Currently we can be high and currently we can be down. This can be affect too for our company especially. And also about the balance and financial statement especially, we know about our executive, our member efforts is very effort and very good about the committed to to make sure our company to be very high. But we know about the fate, especially we can be high, especially we can be dropped. We cannot be the part of the about the situation. But we especially can make sure our watai especially will be high in the future and not little bit drop and down and down and down, especially.
Yeah, the accumulated losses is now 24 million out of the 40 million paid-up capital. So that almost wiped half of the paid-up capital have already been wiped out. And as a result, the share price has been beaten. Well, one ringgit per share now is only 35 cents. So how do you expect us, the minority shareholders, to keep quiet? We want our money back. So we need to do a drastic action. Maybe, of course, your family as the major shareholders are responsible because you own actually more than 50% of the company. Maybe we need to come up with an immediate re-engineering of the company. That will include maybe changing all the directors, changing the business model, changing the operation, and so on.
Maybe you have to change, but since biscuits trends nowadays are getting increasing, we cannot avoid that. Basically, the consumers that you can guess who are eating biscuits are basically people who are health conscious, dieting purposes, and even children. But for the turnaround, what I think biscuits can turn into is actually, maybe we'll still do biscuits since it's still generating, but another way for us to turn around is actually still stay in the food industry, but just go to basically other products such as, for example, just try to do things as beverage like Nestum or anything. Ways where people, I don't know, but it's when I was small actually, it's way we call what kampung style, right? You don't have money to buy Nestum or anything. Just take crackers, put it in hot water, and just mash it all up. It just becomes something like Nestum. So maybe do something like that to turn around the company. Simple and fast.
New product. Okay, any more questions? Yes.
Okay, as I can see, okay, from the revenue, we can see the drop from revenue by 73, like almost 4 million from previous year, I think 77 to 73 million. And then it is because of higher spending on the advertising and so
Revenue ke profit?
revenue
No. Okay.
So
Higher spending on advertisement, how could that reduce revenue? That should increase revenue.
okay, this is from the financial review of the company.
Okay.
They said that the lower revenue is part resulted in deterioration of good results, which recorded loss of 1.8 million. Okay, the decline because it's higher spending on advertising and promotional activities to counter intense market competition and fluctuating market.
Yeah, the lower profit. Yeah, that is the losses of 1.8 million or arises from the increase in advertisement. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
So, my question is simply, why companies so concerned with the advertising and all the promotional activities instead of the sales that they are making?
First question, how do you generate sales?
Yeah.
Because it is from the advertising and promotional activities. But if your action doesn't make sense with other consumers, so what's the point is what is your reason of spending too much, okay, in promotional activities, but if there is no, let's say,
Result.
from the result, there is no positive result. Why not you should use other methods that is adding more profit or more production?
Good consideration also. Actually, we are also thinking that advertising too much is also a wasting method.
Cheer.
Another way for maybe what we can see the trend now is updating like Twitter, Facebook. Basically, everything is e-commerce. So e-commerce, you only invest once and you don't need to invest again. Basically, you have to just ask your MIS department just to update anything. Yeah, maybe we should stop doing the advertisement that we do, which is board advertisements, flyer advertisements, newspaper advertisements, and maybe just do e-commerce advertisements.
So that is the future prospect in 2020.
Yes.
Okay. So you can wrap up whether you want to close and ask for a vote of approval.
So we are closing the annual general meeting, right? So in our future vote,
Alright.
would you still be our customers if we change the company to be a much more simple and e-commerce type of company? You understand?
Okay, thank you very much.
We gon' celebrate.